Hey everybody, welcome back. Movie review time, where we geek out about a movie we just saw, and we just saw Inside Out.
No.
We just saw Coco.
No.
We just saw Monsters University.
No.
We just saw Forward?
Try Onward.
Oh, right, we just saw Onward, the latest Disney Pixar film, and we're here to give you our no-spoiler opinions on this film. Just talk about it a little bit. We just got out of the theater, talked to some friends there that work there. And we're going to talk no spoilers here. If we're not going to spoil anything, if we do, we'll cut it out. You're totally fine. We're also going to put out a spoiler review later. So if you want to hear specifics or hear our thoughts on specifics, you can jump on over there and check that out. But I do also want to let you know, we don't consider ourselves critics or movie reviewers. We're just people that see a lot of movies. We like movies. I like to talk about movies, and I drag her along with me to look cute. And
so still look pretty?
Well, no, I say that, and then I realize, no, actually, your opinions add a lot of value to this, quite honestly. So I can't really say that, but you do have the look pretty part on lock. So there's that, and then check out my Patreon, where I do all kinds of movie reviews. $1 a month, guys, for Patreon, and you get, right now, it's on average, you're getting three movie reviews a week and 2 Let's Plays that are like an hour a piece minimum. So, you know, $1 a month, that's a lot of extra videos. If you want to check that out, you can look up TheEricButts, use the links in the description below. Same goes for Stardust, that's totally free. It's 30-second reviews and reactions. TheEricButts, links in the description below. We already did our Onward review there. And I think that's everything I say. I said it in a weird way, but... Alright, so let's get this party started. Theater etiquette. No, I don't. Do we want to do that here? Or do we want to save that for spoilers? Listen, now you may think she's making that face about me.
No, here's the thing.
She's not making that face about me this time.
I think I'm going to remember this audience more than I remember the movie.
This is one of the worst audiences we've ever experienced during a film. Which is great, because there were 6 people in the theater with us.
Yeah.
That should tell you something. And how many of those people were quiet other than us? Of those 6?
Well, that one guy sitting by himself.
Yeah, that one guy. Yeah. Oh my God! All right, let's do. I wasn't actually going to do it here, but you know what? We can do it. We can do it quick. So,
okay.
We thought it was.
There's no such thing as quick. With
I know.
Him.
Well, some ladies like that. Shit. Oh. Okay, good. We're past. I cursed. I forgot, but we're past the thing. I can curse now. Stupid YouTube thing. So, anyways.
Okay.
We walk in the theater, and then one guy's walking in behind us, and we're the only ones in there. And I already joked with Mary. It's like, oh, we could have fooled around or something. We wouldn't. We want to see the movie. But that was kind of nice. And we got in a little late, too. Like, the trailers, you know, had already been. But so then nobody else. And the theater was a ghost town, because I guess everybody's afraid of stuff. But also there was an earlier screening, so apparently that one was sold out. So it's doing all right.
Yeah.
But then another older gentleman comes and sits beside Mary. And just had a feeling about him right away. And he's commenting out loud. I think he thinks he's commenting to us. We're not sure. About every trailer. He did calm down during the movie, and for the most part. Although he is one of those people that laughs and then says, that was funny. And we're like, we know that's why you laughed. Or repeats the punchline, again, out loud. But he also then did do some cardinal sins as well of quiet moment in the movie. Man, this sure is one strange movie. It's like, shut the fuck up. Guess what? He was not the worst of it. By far. This is like the thing you only hear people joke about that you don't think is real, but it's real. We had a mom with maybe 3 kids come in a couple minutes after the movie had started.
Yeah.
Luckily, they sat all the way in the back row, but still. Kids, for the most part, I'm a lot more forgiving with, you know, because they're kids, they're learning. I'm not going to get too upset at the kids. Though there was no
shush. Had meltdown back there, though.
Yeah, and there was like almost no shushing from the mom or anything. And at times, I think she was conversing with them, even, which is, no, that's bad. At first, too, once she got them settled, she left for like 20 minutes. I figured she just left them there for the movie to babysit, and this was going to make me mad, too. But apparently she went out and got a bunch of beers. That plays in later. Because there was like a good 5-minute chunk of the weirdest sound. It took me forever to figure out it was hiccups. It was like a belching hiccup for like 5 minutes. I was like, what the fuck? And then, of course, when the kid was melting down, she didn't take the kid out. No, she talked to the kid over the movie. That's not the worst of it. The worst of it is, and oh my God, I know we're taking forever to get here, but it's 2 parts left to this. The worst of it is, we're at the end of the movie. This is not a spoiler at all. You know, at the end of the movie, there's going to be a big emotional moment or whatever, okay? So we're at that moment, like the big emotional moment, and everything gets really quiet. And I don't use this word lightly, but this bitch, see, she can tell, the way she's laughing, you know I rarely say this, but this bitch made a phone call in the theater. She didn't receive one because we didn't hear a phone ring. And you could tell by what I heard her say until the movie got loud and I couldn't hear the rest of the conversation. But it gets quiet right before the big emotional moment at the ending. And you hear her say, "Oh, could you do me a favor and check? I think I left my lunch in my desk." The fuck?
We both turned around and shushed her. I'm
Right.
sure if the thing is, the reclining seats is that they take so long to get down.
So you can't like stand up real quick.
I would have popped up and went, dude, seriously.
Yeah, what the hell? And then to make that worse, although that was the worst offense, this was just more of a funny irony. The guy beside Mary, then he's like, "I think that's coming from down there." And we're like, "No, it's back there." And I don't remember exactly what he said. I don't know if you remember exactly what he said. But he basically said something along the lines of, "Some people just have no respect." And I'm sitting here thinking, hello?
Kettle pot, kettle pot.
Yeah. Now, miraculously, this didn't actually ruin too much of the movie for me. It took me out of a couple of moments, but I don't know. I guess I'm just in a good mood today, so it takes a lot more to get me upset.
I had to deal with Darth Vader breathing.
A little bit. Oh, no, you mean him?
Yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then his yawns, too. It wasn't just like he was trying to keep him quiet. He was doing full-on, kind of yawns. I'm like, shut the fuck up. And you're right, I could hear his Vader breathing on occasion, too.
Well, the thing is, it was the entire movie.
Oh, so it's definitely worse for you. Yeah, you should have moved on the other side of me, because nobody was in the theater. We could have moved, but I like my center seat. But yeah, so... Wow. But miraculously, the movie was still good. That's the review. Now we'll move on to spoilers. Like, the whole thing is just a rant, and it's just, the movie was pretty good. Bye.
And the thing is, I know some people have breathing problems. They can't help it. My dad does not go to the movies anymore because he has breathing problems now.
Yeah, and and that's the kind of thing, as annoying as that can be for theater goers, again, that's the kind of thing I'm not going to get too shitty over people for. Same thing like, laugh, or if you get startled, be like, "Oh shit," or scream, or whatever. Of course, the movie's making you react. I don't get mad about that. And even kids, like I said, I'll cut a lot more slack because they're learning, as long as their parents are like, "Shh, you're not supposed to talk in the theater." But who are these people that think like, and this is like opening screenings, man. Like, it's not like it's been out and it's on a matinee, 3 weeks later or something. So, god damn it, people. Learn how to go to fucking movie theaters or don't go at all. Anyways, so all that out of the way, what'd you think of Onward? Oh my god, that was like 6-minute rant.
I told you it wasn't going to be short.
You helped.
Anywho, here's the thing. The trailers and everything, magical fantasy stuff set in like modern time is usually my jam. But it was kind of like, and I kept forgetting that this was a thing. And the movie was good, but again, it just never gelled with me. I mean, it's pretty to look at. They clearly put a lot of thought into their world building. And it's like one of those things, it's like, I wouldn't mind watching again where I can pause and like look at some of the details in the background and stuff. Yeah. Because, I mean, they do put a lot of details in. Yeah. But, I was just like, I don't know if it was the audience or me or what, but I'm just sitting here going like, it's okay.
And I don't know that it was so much the audience, because I'm having a similar thing with this one. Again, it's a Pixar movie, so in my brain, I'm like, it's a Pixar movie. It's going to be great. Even the bad Pixar movies are still really enjoyable. And
it's definitely better than any of the Cars movies.
Well, that's for sure. But like you, I wasn't as hyped as I felt maybe I should have been going into a Pixar movie. So there is a little bit of that, and I never really thought about it. So you mentioned it going in about how you just kind of kept forgetting it was a thing. So I was like, I don't know what that's about. And again, I don't think the audience took me out of it too much, other than a few places here or there. And we'll talk about that more in spoilers, but I'm kind of with you. And without spoiling it, there's almost a bit of a bait and switch in terms of what the emotional kind of thing is. It's like, oh, it wasn't really about this, it was really about this, which they do a lot in these kind of movies. Yeah. But the thing it was about, was much less relatable to either of us, and we'll talk more about that in spoilers. Yeah. But so there's that. But as far as the movie itself, yeah, I mean, this feels like this feels like upper level. I think you called it DreamWorks, more than it feels like a Pixar film. Yeah. It's not the worst Pixar film, but it's nowhere near the greatest. The characters are fine. They're enjoyable. I like Chris Pratt and Tom Holland in this. I could watch them go on more adventures, but I need more to happen. The comedy wasn't that great. There was a couple of laugh out loud moments. We laughed harder at some of the trailers. Like the Scooby-Doo trailer with like the faces. Like that was way funnier than anything in this movie. But I mean, there's lots of giggles. Like it's not dry or boring, you know?
The thing is,
I was charmed.
The thing is, it's not a comedy though. It's an adventure movie.
Yeah, but it's still, they do a lot of comedy in those movies a lot, and there wasn't so much in this. And I'm with you, like I really like the world they created, and I would have liked more of that. I feel like where so much of it was them kind of isolated doing their thing, I felt like more exploration of this world that we hadn't already seen in the trailers would have probably benefited the movie a lot as well.
It's kind of like Zootopia. Like Zootopia did so much world building that it's like, just give me a half-hour TV series, just so you can go and play with all these different things that you have actually built.
Yeah, but I will say with Zootopia, I think I was much more engaged in the characters and the story they told in that film than I was in this one.
True.
Not that I wasn't engaged. There's some really good stuff happening in here, and there's some good storytelling happening here. It's not at all a bad movie. It's just, I think it's disappointing.
It's the weirdest version of Weekend at Bernie's I've ever seen.
There is that, too. Like, I would have liked more of the Weekend at Bernie's element to it, because that's some of the funnier stuff in this movie. And half of that has been in the trailers, too. So that's kind of a problem. I think a lot of the really funny stuff was in the trailers.
Yeah, I think that's a safe assumption.
Yeah, and I mean, the story is fairly predictable, except for maybe one kind of character twist, the thing I was talking about, the bait and switch bit. And I like the side characters, but again, could have used more development with them, more time with them. Animation looks great, you know, I mean, I'm fine with all that. It's Pixar animation. It looks fantastic. Like the dust particles and stuff floating through the air. I mean, all that stuff is just getting better and better all the time. Music was interesting, but the music felt to me like somebody trying to recreate a lot of temp tracks, because even like, because they kind of do some more kind of rock score in here.
Yeah.
And even like some of the fake rock songs they're playing on the tape deck and stuff, it's like, that's almost that song, but it's not that song. And it's
copyright!
Like, but it's like, but you're Disney, you're Pixar, you can afford that song. So, and because I don't think there are any real songs in here except for one that we won't spoil, because that was actually a pretty good joke.
I think it might be a case of where they were trying to do so much world building, you know, it is not Earth.
Right.
So there might have been the thought of, let's not really rely on...
And she means like, it's not our Earth, it's not any kind of spoiler.
Yeah, it's another realm.
It's its own world or whatever,
because last time I checked, we don't have any centaurs running around.
Right, or pet dragons.
Yeah. Although Ava would be so cute in that dragon costume.
Yeah, good luck making that happen.
But is one of those things where it's sitting here and like, so let's not bring in real world rock. We'll make something that sounds like it. Like, you know how Weird Al does style parodies?
Yeah.
Something along those lines.
Yeah, and I don't know if I like that or not, though. You know, that's like my thing. I'm not sure if that's something that bothers me. It was something I certainly noticed, so it was distracting, so maybe it's a bad thing.
So, like, there's like one scene where it's like, oh, you should have used Flight of the Valkyries.
Yeah, although that piece of music, because I know what you're talking about, that actually, I really enjoyed that particular piece of score because it sounded like something that you would find in a Dario Argento film of the 70s or 80s.
Okay.
It sounded kind of like Goblin, but with like a rock guitar, you know, I guess Demonia a little bit more. So that was pretty cool. I kind of liked that. And I liked what they did there. If anything, I was probably more emotional about that than anything else in the movie.
Actually, I think I teared up the most at that. And that was not really tearing up. That was vaguely misty-eyed because I was dry-eyed for everything else.
Because I was going to say, I don't even think I got misty-eyed. And I was like, wait a minute, you like got teary or even misty-eyed at something I didn't? Whoa. But yeah, no, that was the most emotional moment in the movie. So it's interesting we both kind of had that. So if you know the song we're talking about, think of that. If you've seen the movie, you know what scene we're referencing. A certain sacrifice. We'll just leave it at that. Pacing was fine, though. I didn't feel like bored. Like, it was never slow or draggy, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I was entertained throughout, but it's like, am I going to remember this? And it's just like, depending on what else comes out this year, I don't see Pixar winning. Yeah, no, I think you're right. And I think that's a really great way to look at this. I think this is one of the more forgettable Pixar films. Kind of like the Good Dinosaur or something like that, which are movies we enjoy. Oh, this is way better than Good Dinosaur.
Really? See, because I remember liking Good. Like, I can remember things even though it's forgettable about. Well, I can't really, can I? I don't know. I'd have to watch them side by side. It might just, is it the world maybe that makes this a little bit more likable for you? Because I think
so.
They're on par, kind of.
I
honestly.
think, again, because with Dinosaur, it's all landscapes and everything. And
But you know what Good Dinosaur had this one didn't?
What?
Is a cute factor. This is just occurring to me. There wasn't really anything in this movie that you're like,
oh, like there's like no mascot.
Right, like there's no real cute element. None of the characters, like there's...
I think it's partly because...
Actually, the mascot was probably the cutest thing.
Well, it is, you know, with the whole thing with the dad, I think trying to add a cute element on top of that would have been too much.
Yeah, maybe. And then one last thing I'll say about no spoilers, and we can move on if you want. And this isn't a spoiler. No, you know what? I'll save it for spoilers. It's not really. It has nothing to do with the story. It's who I think the dad looks like. You see some pictures. But we'll save it.
You see those in the previews.
All right, John Krasinski.
Just the beard, really.
And the eyes a little bit. Anyways, all right, well, I've said enough. Do you have anything else you'd like to say about the no spoilers?
Not really.
All right, well, when you go to the movies, people, shut the fuck up.
Okay.
Sweet. All right.
Hey, thanks, bye.
Yeah. All right, so, but again, stay out of the comments if you don't want spoilers, because some people might just accidentally spoil out of excitement or whatnot, so keep that in mind. But if you want to let us know if you're going, if you're gone, if you kind of agree with us, if you had a worse theater experience, I'm sure there are worse theater experience.
Kim.
I'm sure Kim has a few, yeah. And again, just because I never did get around to putting out a video, which hopefully I still will, but Drunken Movie Night's gone for a while, if not forever, so if you're looking for Drunken Movie Night, sorry. But you mentioned Kim, that's what made me think of saying something, so I'm just getting the word out when I think about it. But yeah, but let us know. Comment away, we love hearing what you have to say. Other than that, click the thumbs up button, give us that good old thumb of encouragement, as we do love to be encouraged. Check out the Stardust app and or my Patreon by looking up TheEricButts or using the links in the description below. Now we're going to get out of here so we can go talk some spoilers and watch some more stuff. We'll see you all later.